Oh man, so the Bitcoin price is up 2% today as the crypto markets rally somewhat, but that's not what we're here for today. Today we're going to explain exactly, in detail, in layman's terms, what does this Luna fork mean? Because a lot of people are still confused out there. They're holding Luna from a little gamble they've taken or just holding it from the bag that they've been holding for a long time, and they want to know what does this mean for them. We're going to go through that. We're also going to do some updates on what's going on because we've got a huge news story emerging in terms of Kwon. So let's go into that. Let's also take a look at what I'm doing in the market. Am I buying any Luna? Am I holding any Luna? And what are my thoughts around Kwon? Make sure you hit up the like button and subscribe. Don't forget, if you like my perspective, consider checking out the course member live streams below, ijaz.uk/member. We have 3 times weekly course member live streams to discuss tokenomics, technical analysis, how to build your portfolio. And now is the most important time when you should be building your portfolio in this crypto winter. Now, as you can see, Bitcoin price 2% up. Good start to the day, green day, but not a good start to the day for guess who? Kwon. Kwon summoned to parliamentary hearing following UST and Luna crash. Noted that the Korean exchanges each reacted differently to the crash, and he wanted to invite both Kwon and the exchanges involved to learn more details. Again, we covered that off yesterday. Was this an inside job? We saw some really weird activities around the exchanges. We saw certain people getting out at par value, getting their money out dollar for dollar. And now this comes out from Korea that different exchanges were behaving differently. There is a part that raises questions about the behavior exchanges during the crash. Coin1, Corebit, and GoPipe stopped trading on May the 10th. BitThumb on May the 11th stopped trading, but Upbit did not stop trading until May the 13th. So really weird patterns going on here. And again, does this mean there was something more nefarious going on with some foreign exchanges? So a lot to do here. We should bring related exchange officials, including Terra CEO Kwon, to the National Assembly. So not a great start for Kwon to the day, even though we've got a green day. Now, also, the other thing worth noting is I do want to cover off something that was said by the founder of none other than Dogecoin. Yes, so Billy here replied back to Kwon. This was a couple of days ago, but he said, my recommendation is to stop trying to bring in new victims to fund the previous victims and leave the space forever. So this is an important message because there's 2 things going on now. You've got some people who are trying to believe whether Luna can be this phoenix and rise from the ashes. That's what Kwon is trying to rally the troops to say, this is going to be the biggest upset story. We're going to show the world that we did it and Luna makes it back to the top again. You then have the other portion of people who are just trading Luna for fun and trying to see can they get a quick buck on it. So the advice for each of those is going to be very different. But for the long term, I think this sums up my view perfectly. We spoke about this in yesterday's video. If you've not watched that, which details, is this an inside job? Go watch that video as well, because the reality is this is what it feels like Kwon is doing. And the proof of the pudding is if you go on Kwon's page, all you see him doing now is retweeting people who are saying they are with him, right? We are with you, retweet. We are with you. We're going to build on Terra version 2. We're with you. Yeah, nobody cares for all these projects. Everybody write these projects down. All of these are chasing money. This is a complete, any of these chains have no integrity. Any of these projects who are doing this have no integrity unless they're projects which are on multiple chains for whatever reason. They're just completely agnostic. But for you to be building on Terra Luna right now, in my point of view, you lack the integrity. And to prove why, let's move on over. I want to play this clip to you. You're going to really be shocked by what you hear in this clip from Kwon. Let's listen to this.
I think if we scale that to $10 billion, so the reason why I want to get to 10 billion is that besides Satoshi, we will be the largest single holder of Bitcoin in the world. Now, then in that case, like within the crypto industry, then the failure of UST is equivalent to the failure of crypto itself, right? Because if the largest single wallet like sells off all the Bitcoin, then that's an issue.
The arrogance of the man who wants to bring down, I mean, he's smiling as he's saying it. He wanted to hold more Bitcoin than Satoshi himself. He wanted to be able to have that power in his control. Look how he smirks as he says it. He wanted to have that power in his control so that he could bring the whole crypto market down. And he said it himself. Can you imagine, guys, if he got his way? He said it himself. The failure of UST would have been the failure of crypto. His words, not mine. Right? And we saw the failure of UST. Luckily, he did not accumulate too much Bitcoin. He accumulated 3.5 billion, and you saw what he did with that. He couldn't rescue any of it. It all went to defend this peg. Of course it did, right? right? So you need to ask yourself, if you're long-term in these projects, is that who you want leading you? Is that the captain of your ship that you want to put your funds in over the next couple of years? If you're a project that's building, is that where you want to go build? You need to ask yourself. Right now, you've got VeChain who've just announced they're offering up to $30,000 to any Terra Luna developers to help them migrate. Phantom Foundation have announced the same. Polygon have announced the same. Go and find yourself a good layer 1 solution. Move your project over there. There is nothing for you at Luna. Luna and version 2, which I'm going to come on to and explain to lay people. Luna 2 is only, the whole mission behind Luna 2, even if it is a success, is to repay the victims of Luna 1. Right? That's what he wants to do. All he's done is rang up all his friends and said, guys, I'm going to take care of you. Come on to Luna 2 with me, all you projects. I'm going to take care of you. You're going to get preferential airdrops, and we're going to take care of you. We're going to make it right. We're going to make it right for the mess up. We're going to make it right. So he's not there for the layperson. So what kind of project are you investing in, which has just got so much legacy, so much baggage, that at all times, that's what he's focused on. He's going to be focused on the people that got burnt in Luna 1, and that's always going to be the focus of Luna 2. Now, let's come on to actually break down exactly what happened, because I feel like some people are still not understanding what is going on. Let's spend some time to understand it. So currently with Terra, if you bought Luna today, you're buying into an ecosystem that had 2 coins. It had a UST, which was an algorithmically backed stable coin once upon a time, and then you had your Luna. And they would work together to build this ecosystem, right? One would need to be burnt to let the other mint, and it kept running the system. Now, at no point ever was it communicated that Terra is this really good layer 1 solution. It's a smart contracts platform. We don't need UST. It was all about UST. The whole project was decentralized money. Go watch any Do Kwon interview. Where was he speaking about developers and, we're building a vibrant ecosystem of dApps? He weren't trying to compete with Solana. He weren't trying to compete with ADA or Phantom or these projects. Right? He was trying to create decentralized money, and Luna was the sister coin to UST to do exactly that. But now, suddenly, this is his view. He's saying, fork the Terra chain into a new chain without the algorithmically backed stablecoin. And in fact, which is really annoying people, if you go onto his Twitter page, what does he keep using the hashtag? He keeps using hashtag Terra more than UST. He's trying to get this hashtag going. But it's not. It never was. Start a new project and say you're going to be a layer 1 solution. Okay, fine. But you can't say we're taking out UST and what's left is a really good layer 1 solution. It's not. You've just got developers who who you phoned up and you said, we're going to take care of you. Yeah, VeChain offering you 30 grand to come build over there. I'm going to give you double that. I'm going to give you triple that. I'm going to take care of you. I'll give you more than that in just the airdrop. Come build with us. Don't worry about it. Right? That's what's going on. So he's going to fork the chain. Okay, so he's going to fork the chain. And then for whatever Luna is today that you know of Luna, that you bought Luna coin, if you're invested, that is going to be copy and pasted. That's what you call a fork. Copy and paste. And then he's going to leave one to carry on. The existing one, he's going to change it to Luna C. Lun C. Okay, I don't know how people want that pronounced, but Lun C. Okay, so Luna Classic. And that's going to be the one that you and I have known as Luna. The new one, he's going to give the old name, Luna. Okay, so the new fork, he's going to call Luna. So he's going to give the old token to the new one. Now, the old one, this is the critical thing. He doesn't care about that. There's nothing written here for the roadmap or the future of the old one. In essence, he's going to leave it. Like how many other projects were dormant. He's just going to leave that there to just exist till the end of time. There's no roadmap. There's no foundation. Nobody's working on it. Nobody's building dApps on it. What's the point? It's just there as a NFT of history, right? So we can always remember this failure. And then what he's going to do with the new one is the following. So we'll come on to this. And before we come on to how he's going to airdrop, because he wants to give everybody rewards for coming across, he's going to invite all his friends, and he's calling them essential app developers. Remember those friends who I said he phoned and said, we're going to take care of you. Seton, come on over. TerraSwap, you're a big part. You have to come with us. We're going to look after you. Astroport, come on, guys. You got to come over. Now, any of these projects, if they had any integrity or respect for what they're building and their communities who day-to-day use their softwares and their apps, they would go build elsewhere. They could even go and revive Luna 2 on their own, but just not with Do Kwon in the same leadership. Go and do it yourself. Right? If you had any integrity. But for you to just go across like this, you're going to lose the trust of the lay investor. And they're the ones who are your users. They're buying your tokens. They're using your DEXs. They're using your payments. They're using your wallets. They're using your lending markets. Why would you fall out of favor with them just to go follow Do Kwon, who's promised you some cash? And then this is what he does. He says, for these people here, the essential developers, he's going to allocate total of 5%, 1% in emergency, 4% in alignment. So they're going to get a bunch of cash from this airdrop straight to them just for following him. Just for following him, because he rang them and said, I'm going to make you right. I messed up on Luna. I'm going to get it right this time. What are his intentions? I mean, we've seen what type of character he is. We saw how when he faced his first crisis, what did he do? And even then, there's no evidence to suggest this wasn't an inside job yet. Show us the information and we can stop saying that, right? If you share the information, which proves no, we fought the peg. And by the way, why did you fight the peg with 3.5 billion? Did you not figure after the first billion that you weren't protecting the peg? I mean, come on. Was that rocket science? Like, who advises you? Who's on your team? Nobody realize? Again, like I said yesterday, we want transparency. We want to know who were all the counterparties, right? Who managed to get their UST out? I'd love to know who got it out at dollar for dollar and managed to eat up that 3.5 billion. Was it a fair shake? Was it all whales? Did lay people manage to get their coins out? Would love to know. Can you share some audit trails or some communication logs of you and your team on Slack or Telegram? However your team was communicating during the crisis, we'd love to see that. Right? We want to see all this stuff. Volunteer it. Why do you need somebody to force your hand into it? If you've got nothing to hide and you're going to go start Terra Luna 2, don't you want to do it with a clean slate? Don't you want to show that, you're the man and you've got a noble mission? And by the way, that's the other thing that's crazy. Your whole mission was the world needs decentralized money. So how are you okay to go down on a mission which doesn't involve that? If that was seriously your life's mission, which you kept saying it was, and you said the world needs decentralized money, why are you building a layer 1 now? Because you're not talking about starting a new stablecoin here. Which I know you're probably going to do later on. You just want some cash so you can then go and do another Ponzi or algorithmically backed stablecoin at another point, right? Doesn't make sense, right? If that was your life mission, why are you now doing this? I know why you're doing this. You're trying to build some sort of a remnants of a layer 1 so you can get some money from here, from out of nowhere, create some fake value and give it to your friends to make them whole again, right? We know that. So here you go. So he's gonna mint, in essence, 1 billion Luna tokens, and 25% is either going to go to the community pool. 1%, remember the 5% here is going to his friends, the developers. 35%, this is important, will go to Luna holders at pre-attack snapshot. So whoever's holding Luna pre-attack when the price was good and everything was all normal, you're going to get the following. And this is important. So if you have less than 1 million Luna, that's 99+% of wallets, right? Less than 1 million Luna. You have to wait 1 year and then your coins will be given to you over a 2-year period, airdropped into your account. Very important. 1 year cliff means you have to wait 1 year, you have to hold for 1 year, and then the money's going to come out in 2-year vesting thereafter. So 3 years before you get all of your allocation. For wallets with greater than 1 million, they have to wait 1 year and then 4-year split over there. Okay, but it doesn't matter because all those whales are going to be taken care of anyway. Now, then it comes to the interesting point, which is if you wanted to play a game on this, or if you're trading this on the short term, technically there could be an opportunity. Now, this doesn't mean I'm playing it. I'm not playing it. I'm just telling you what I see here, right? If I see that, I'm going to share that with you. Doesn't mean I backdoor Kwon. I wouldn't touch him at this point with the barge pole unless we get some more data and evidence around what's happened and understand it. But even from the videos coming out and what we can hear him saying, and if you actually go back and listen to the arrogance around his mission statement, it just doesn't add up for me. It just doesn't add up for me. Once bitten, twice shy, right? So then so that's what's happening for the people that had it pre-attack. Very important. Now, before the launch of the new chain, now if we go down to see what the dates are, he made the announcement, so he wants to vote from tomorrow, 18th of May, and then the release cut, essential launch, Genesis file created, and then launch on the 27th of May, okay? So 10 days from now. So anybody who buys between when the attack happened to the 27th of May, which is when the launch happens of Luna 2, when the fork happens, you will get 10% allocation unlocked at Genesis. You're going to get it straight away. Very, very important. So if you were holding Luna from before, you believed in the project like normal as the ship was going along, and then it hits the Titanic, right? The Titanic hits the iceberg, and it starts sinking. You have to wait 1 year and get 2-year vesting. But if any of you are speculating right now and you buy some Luna now, which I'm not telling you to do, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. You will get a 10% unlocked at day 1, and then the remaining 90% will come over 2 years. Interesting. UST holders, same thing. Anybody who buys UST, if you're holding UST going into the launch at 27th of May, 10% unlocked at Genesis, and then the rest 90% over 2 years. So again, you're going to get 10% straight away. You're going to get 10% straight away on the 27th of May, according to his proposal here. What do you think is going to happen? Surely you're going to get speculators buying Luna, buying UST now to give this artificial rise in price, because not only do they want to get the Genesis, which they're going to sell straight away, they're going to get the 10%, but they're also going to buy the rumor, sell the news. So do not be surprised if you see UST getting closer to its peg. Do not be surprised if you see Luna price going up between now and the 27th, because that's what this is telling you to do if you read between the lines. Okay? Anything else? You can read the details here. Pre-attack snapshot. He's chosen this block as what's defined as pre-attack, and then he's taken another screenshot at launch, right, which will be on the 27th, and then off they go. So, okay, perfect. So that's on, like you said there, look, 27th of May will be the launch date. Okay, now anybody who was holding before the attack is on 7th of May. That's the difference. So there you go, guys. That's what I think on Terra Luna. Will it be a success? Will it not be a success? I think, look, unfortunately, people define success as different things, right? For many people, success is just about saying, oh, look, the coin's gone up, we made money, that's success. For me, that's not success. So if that's how you define success, then maybe Do Kwon can be successful. He knows how to build a blockchain. He knows how to get people into his schemes and into his ecosystem. So maybe he will be a paper, quote unquote, success. Maybe he'll build another multi-billion-dollar market cap project. Maybe he will. But for me, success is somebody who's really going to change this landscape, who's doing noble work, who's here to stay, who has clean conscience, who's actually trying to make a difference in the space. And for me, that's not Do Kwon right now. And I think CZ summed it up best with his tweet where he just said, SMH, shake my head, right? And I think that, along with the quote from the founder of Dogecoin, who says you're just trying to drag new victims in to feed and to cover and make whole again your previous victims, sum up how I feel right now. Now, look, I'm human. I'm open to change. If he comes out and proves everybody wrong and gives clear data and shows the counterparties and show he tried his very best, even then, if he can fix the whole trust element, then I'm still judging his ability to be a CEO of a big project, right? To be that founder, because the decisions he made, even if he just took it without any emotion, was just poor decisions. The first strategic decision to use Bitcoin, to move from algorithmically backed to partially backed. Even then, when you did turn to a partially backed system, you were too partially, right? It was 3.5 billion to back the whole system. You should have gone and bought as much as you can from day one, because you became a target. You put a bullseye on your back to say, we have a huge ecosystem here, but we only have 3.5 billion to spare it. So if you attack us, 3.5 billion, we're going to throw at it and defend the peg. You guys can have that for free. So obviously people are going to take that. There you have it, guys. There is my thoughts on the Luna fork and exactly what it means for you if you're holding Luna. Make sure you read through that document and go for it with a fine-tooth comb if you're playing this event for whatever reason. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash up the like button and subscribe. If you want more content like this, let me know in the comments below. As always, if you like my perspective, consider joining the course member live streams, Ijaz.uk/member. Now is the most important time to be building your portfolio ready for the next bull run. So if you want portfolio critiques, if you want technical analysis, if you want to learn how I do technical analysis and how I do fundamental analysis and how I look at the tokenomics and the fundamentals of a project to come up with my master portfolio and then build that out and let it run over the next bull run, join the course member live streams, Ijaz.uk/member. There's no better time than now to really start building out your portfolio at these cheap prices. Don't forget to smash up the likes and the subscribes, and I'll see you in the next one.